Hello again. How are you? I'm drinking Crush. Crush Pepsi, Crush. But I'm going to talk a little bit about Jean-Claude Van Damme. Jean-Claude Van Damme. This video is for Jean-Claude. Jean-Claude, I'm like Jean-Claude, ladies. Like, Jean-Claude Van Damme has had one of the best lives ever. He's had the best life. He was a degree black belt. He always did the splits. Then he was in the movie Bloodsport and Kickboxer. He's well known for those two movies, and Lionheart and Time Cop, and then Street Fighter, and then I liked him in Street Fighter. I did. I'm gonna get on my boat and I'm gonna go up river. What else does it say? I'm gonna go up river and hurt that son of a bitch bison so hard that the next bison wannabe is gonna feel it. Now, who wants to go home and who wants to go with me? I loved that line in the movie. I loved it. Like, you know what I mean? You know? And then at the end, when Street Fighter, when the guy that plays Bison is Ligoria or something like that, he died making Street Fighter, man. He died at making that movie. He died. But, it's still a good movie. I still love the movie classics, Here is my favorite James Bond. Pierce Brosnan. Him and Sean Connery were the best trilogy. I mean, the four of them featuring Pierce Brosnan were my favorites. This one's really good. Die Another Day, mainly because Halle Berry's in here, and even though she's fucking like 40 right there, she still looks freaking good. And this movie came out when? 2001, 2002. But Die Another Day, that's the best 007 film I think there is and will ever be. I feel like watching it now, but I lost it. But Die Another Day, great movie. Yeah. But I got movies, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. For all my future fans that are looking at this video for the first time, I love the Texas Chainsaw Massacre films. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, Leatherface Chainsaw Massacre 3, The Next Generation. Then came the remake, which was the best Texas Chainsaw Massacres were those two. The only two I liked was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the reboot, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning. Those two were my favorite. Then there came Texas Chainsaw. This is the one where the girl finds out she's related to Leatherface, and she becomes a killer too. It's freaking awesome, man. I've seen all the Texas Chainsaw Massacres. Like, I did a test on who which killer I know best, and it's fucking Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I got some Pepsi, man. Fucking right. I'm getting a Wii tomorrow at my pawn shop. I mean, I have a PS4, but I want to get either Nintendo GameCube or the DS. The Wii or the Wii U. But I'm gonna have to get the Wii, man. At least I'll have fun. Be back in the Nintendo zone and play Enter the Matrix. Enter the Matrix. I mastered that game. I mastered it. Pretty hard game to play. You're playing like 2 fucking campaigns right there. It makes you feel like you've done 2 campaigns, man. Years worth. The Matrix films were also very good. I fell in love with the Matrix movie when it came out. I saw it in theaters like 3 times. But the Matrix, man, I remember seeing that movie in theaters 3 times. I snuck in. Well, I didn't have to sneak in twice, but I snuck in once. But anyway, I got to see it. But the Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboots before Texas Chainsaw, I heard there's a new one. I just found this out on YouTube, Leatherface. They called it Leatherface. Part 3 was called Leatherface. Oh, I even forgot what this is called. Their fucking Leatherface is the best. But Candyman is one of my favorites, man. Candyman. 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 Candyman scared the shit out of me, man. They make her out to be the fucking killer, man. That's what the Candyman's doing, man. Trying to get her into a cell. Another good movie. I actually purchased this. Another great movie. I'm pretty sure you're all going to be... Look what I got on DVD. I got the entire set. G.I. Joe. The Rise of Cobra. G.I. Joe. Retaliation. The Rise of Cobra was the best. In my eyes, it had more action. It had more action in the first one. The second one, they just wanted to capitalize on G.I. Joe's fame. I would have loved to see friggin' Marlon Wayne's character come back, man. Marlon Wayne's from the scary movies. G.I. Joe. Well, Retaliation is still pretty good. Like, I got the DVD set, man. I can watch whenever I want. Watch some G.I. Joe, man. I'm only watching the good one, man. The one where The Rock isn't on the fucking cover. Channing Tatum is on the cover of this one. The first one. Showing off how fucking soldier he is. And... I have 28 Days Later. 28 Days Later, that's a good zombie movie. The zombies, man. Back to the Future. You ever watched the Back to the Future movies? Yeah, I like this. I like the second. I like the first and third. I'm not really a fan of the second one where they go into the future. I just like the first one and the third one where they go back to cowboy days and they have to try to find a way to get back to 1985. Look how much I got, man. I got like $10 on me right now, man. I got like $10. You know? That's another thing about my videos. I'm going to be like totally stoned doing movie reviews and everything. Like a live podcast. I'm going to make the videos like a live podcast. And I'm going to let you know. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Bloodsport, Kickboxer, Jesse VD. He actually had a movie named after him. Jesse VD, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Man, I was disappointed because I thought they were make a movie about his life story, but it wasn't. It was made in France, and they make it look like Jean-Claude Van Damme just took to England, the fucking French fucking army, man. I heard that story about Jean-Claude and the French fucking army. He said he got fucked up most of the time. But, you know, there's so many things that actors say and do that I remember or don't remember. Like, if it sounds like I don't know, then don't quote me on it because I hate bad criticism. Okay. Yeah, but, you know, G.I. Joe is best movie. I used to collect the toys, man. But the movie is awesome. I like the two of them. They're great. The G.I. Joe movies are great. The G.I. Joe movies are great. The G.I. Joe movies are great. I love both of them, but my favorite is the first. But I'm going to watch the second tonight. I watch the first one all the time. They got fucking good fighting sequences in this too. You know, they have good fight sequences. The second one has two bald-headed fucking old men. The Rock and fucking Bruce Willis. Shannon Tatum dies in this, man. I heard they're making another one, man. Except this one's all gonna only be about the two fucking ninjas that hate each other. It's going to be how they started hating each other. It's going to be about their past. Apparently, that's going to be the new G.I. Joe movie. Showing the past of the ninjas. Because they were a lot of people's favorite characters, you know? The ninjas. But they're making a movie that the ninjas will face. Like it's a prequel. It happened way long before the first G.I. Joe came out, you know? Shows their fucking relationship and all the battles they've gone through together. They literally try to kill each other even when they're kids, man. Like fucking samurai, man. Like, I'm a samurai, so I know what samurais do. Like, samurai get the fucking sword and say, you want to live or die? You got a fucking sword to your head. Live or die? You got a sword to your head. That's the kind of torture they do in Vietnam. Anyway, G.I. Joe is the best film ever. Like, I keep fantasizing sometimes about the friggin' chick in the first one. You know, like, fuck, she looks boss, man. Like, friggin' best actress in the world right there, man. I feel like watching G.I. Joe, the first one, but the second one I want to watch, man. I watched Jeepers Creepers 3. In my opinion, I love that movie. I only like the second and the third. You know, I'm not really a fan of the first one because it's too fucked up. I mean, he's in a fucking dungeon where the fucking creeper keeps him alive until he rips his face off and shit like that. That's how the movie ended, man. But Jeepers Creepers 3 starts, it completely ignores the, what did I say? Completely ignores it and just friggin' gets the power. And friggin' Leonidas from 300 loved his men so much, you know. Leonidas led a troop of 300 soldiers against 3,000 Persians. They had a good chance when they got halfway until the fucking hunchback fucking took matters back into his own hands, you know, and ratted them out. Told that god Xerxes, you know, told them exactly what the mission was. And then fucking Leonidas is like, Spartans, prepare for glory. You know what I mean? Prepare for glory. No retreat, no surrender. That is Spartan law. And all will know the 300 Spartans gave their last breath to defend it. I guess he thought they marched through hell, they might as well just keep going, you know, until they're dead. You know, that's pretty much what Leonidas was telling the soldiers. We're going to die. Will you come with me? And they all stood by him, man. He's the only king where his troops actually stood by him. They died with him, man. They had no choice anyway. They were staring at fucking 3,000 arrows being fucking fired at them. 5,000 arrows coming at you. Imagine what that looks like when they're coming down. What else should I talk more about film? Or I know stories about actors, actresses. I met a lot of actors and I met a lot of actresses. I almost got found out, but as a professional comedian, but I don't want to do that. I want to be a film critic. I want to be paid for watching movies, saying my, you know, I'd give anything to have that job, man. Give anything to have that job. Watch movies for free, brand new, every fucking time, every week. They let you see a movie for free. I met a worker in Dartmouth, said they one movie for free every week. They give their workers. Bill and Ted Face the Music. That's coming out too, man. That's coming out too, Face the Music. I have to watch it because I'm a huge fan of Bill and Ted. Huge fan of this. Now it is a trilogy. They never thought there would be a trilogy, but now there is a trilogy. I love the first two, but I haven't seen the third one, but I am going to watch it. Anyway, these are how long I'm going to be talking about movies, man. This is almost 20 minutes.